Hi, I'm Firefighter Ray, and we've got a really cool show today. Today, we are cooking with FDNY's Captain Mike Brockbank. Let's go upstairs and let's make some chicken marsala with Captain Mike. Wow, this is a big day on Firehouse Kitchen. We have our first captain from the New York City Fire Department. We have Mike Brockbank. How's it going, Captain Mike?
Hello, Ray. How are you?
All right, now, Mike, I heard about your chicken marsala. Okay.
Hope it was good.
I hope it was good. I've actually tasted it. Okay. I worked in your firehouse many years ago, and you made it, and that's why I contacted you because I wanted you to make it on the show. Just to let America know a little bit about you. How long have you been a New York City fireman?
I've been a fireman for 20 years. I was a fireman up in Washington Heights. I was a lieutenant in Long Island City in Queens, and now I'm presently up in the Bronx.
Oh, very nice. And where did you were at the Rock? You know, that's where we all go to train. And what year did you get on again? I'm sorry.
I got on in 1994.
1994. Oh my goodness gracious! Wow, 20 years this year.
Yes, it is.
Look at you. All right, let's start making some chicken marsala.
All right. Well, your basic ingredients are chicken and Marsala wine, which makes it nice and easy. The low preparation.
Wine makes everything good.
Wine makes
everything. We like wine.
Makes an afternoon.
Not while we're working.
No.
Okay. But we can cook with it while we're working because it burns off all the alcohol, right? For when you cook the chicken marsala. All right, let's get started.
All right. Well, the beginning is your chicken.
All right, let's get some chicken up here.
Key to the chicken, or anything that you're gonna prep, it's gonna be a good knife. You know, with the right tool, just a few pieces of chicken.
Okay.
Just a matter of prepping it the way that you'd like it.
Then we're gonna do butterfly it?
I'm just gonna basically make some thin slices so that, just take the breast as it is.
All right, right up the middle.
Watch your fingers, kind of the other side. Get yourself some nice thin slices, not too thin or.
Okay, so we get. So you probably basically get maybe 3 pieces out of every breast.
Correct, with a good knife.
Slicing up that chicken.
Okay, if you want to take those and just start to
just
flour them.
So what I have here is we have flour, and we're gonna put this, and the flour gives it a little bit of taste, right? And it keeps everything from sticking on to the chicken marsala, right?
And it helps make the gravy later on.
Helps to make the gravy later on. Now, am I doing this right, Cap?
Perfect.
All right, beautiful.
Keep my hands from getting dirty.
Keep your hands? Yeah, I'll get my hands dirty. There we go. That's it.
Ta-da.
Good, breaded chicken. Good.
Okay, the next step is...
powdered chicken.
Perfect.
All right, what's next?
Okay, our next step is just gonna be some olive oil and some butter.
Okay.
Put it in the pan. We don't want to go too hot because you don't want the olive oil to burn.
All right, so get a nice, like a simmer.
About 2 teaspoons of it, I guess, whatever that is.
Very cool. Good. I want some butter. Lots of butter, right?
A little bit of butter, yeah. Butter.
But chicken marsala is a healthy dish. I mean, yeah, it's got a little pasta and got a little like noodles, but you know, it's chicken, lots of protein.
It's not the worst dish you can have.
No. You know, there's no bacon in it. I mean,
ooh, bacon, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Add a little bacon to the chicken marsala. Something a little different.
Just like that.
Okay.
Melt up. Don't want it too high.
That's it. Stir it up. All right, the butter's looking good. Now, what are we dropping the chicken in there right now?
Yeah, we'll just put the pieces of chicken in and lightly brown them.
I will touch them so your hands don't have to get dirty. We'll keep it very sanitized.
You don't want to crowd the chicken in the pan, let it all...
What do you want to get, maybe 3 at a time?
3 is plenty, yeah.
All right. Remember, we cook for a lot of guys. We do 3 times. If we were in the, if we were cooking a big massive amount, we have that giant frying pan that we cook. We cook like 10 pieces at a time.
Absolutely.
We're doing it for a lot of guys. All right, so we're frying the chicken. What's next?
Frying the chicken. All right, next thing I guess we could prep is a little bit of parsley and a little bit of onions. Maybe we'll use these for later when we're making the gravy before we put the chicken back in.
Okay.
Okay, and you know what? Sounds like the chicken's cooking, so maybe we'll
All right,
finish up
why don't we
chicken
finish the
before we
chicken
get in.
first, and then we'll start chopping onions, because chicken cooks quick. Let's flip those bad boys.
Perfect.
Yes. Very good. I'll come in with our next set of chicken. Coming through, I don't want to get anything dirty.
And what's nice in the Firehouse is that this is the kind of thing, when an emergency comes in, Ray, you can shut it all off, go to the emergency, come back, and pick up where you left off. Exactly.
I like it.
Many meals, once you dump something in, it's go time. Some run comes in, you ruin the meal right there, and everyone's angry at dinner time.
Yes, especially if you leave the rice on too long, right?
Exactly.
It comes back, it's like a big thing of Play-Doh.
Everybody's a critic all of a sudden.
All right, let's plate these bad boys up.
Yeah. Perfect.
Look at those. Ho ho. All right, let's do our next set. And again, we don't want Mike to get his hands dirty. All right. That's what I'm here for today. There you go. All right, beautiful chicken marsala. Oh, unbelievable. So that's always the worst. Like if we make a great meal, steaks sitting on the table. And then a run comes in, we put the covers over the food. And of course that one had to be like a 5-hour fire that we don't get back to the Firehouse until 2 o'clock in the morning. And then we're eating rubber steaks.
Rubber steaks, they continue to cook, they're cold,
Yeah.
you can't even reheat them.
Yeah. And the microwave doesn't do it justice, so yeah, so that's, but hey, that's the story of being a fireman, you know?
That's part of the risk.
Yeah, it's part of the risk.
Just a little one, that's just meals. Not much to cry over, but you don't want it to be ruined.
It's the only job, well, I'm sure there's other jobs. It's the only job we make full meals, you know, for our brothers in the Firehouse. We make a full, nice, healthy meal. Not every time super healthy, but good meal in the Firehouse.
Always a vegetable, though.
Always a vegetable.
Mom would be very happy.
But none of those wacky vegetables like Brussels sprouts or, I'm very picky. I'm a very picky eater.
But it's a funny story with the Brussels sprouts that you mentioned it. Years ago, when the study time comes up, so many years to take the promotion exams, and one of the guys just decides, you know, usually Brussels sprouts are bringing in, guys could never look at it. It's disgusting, would never eat that. One of the guys mentions kind of offhandedly how he heard on some science show that Brussels sprouts are linked to improving memory. We ate Brussels sprouts for had to be 2 months before the exam. Every meal, everybody who was studying wanted to cook with Brussels sprouts. Everybody believed this little story. I don't know.
Did everyone pass?
No, not everyone didn't pass, but everyone loved Brussels sprouts all of a sudden.
Oh, there you go.
Turns out they're not that bad with enough butter.
Well, they look like brains a little bit, so I think that's probably where they got the. We had Brussels sprouts on. We had a cooking contest in Massapequa a couple shows ago, last season, and that's my brother was one of the judges. Does not like Brussels sprouts, and he made like a steak. Why would you cook with Brussels sprouts on a cooking contest? You know. And it was a fish dish too. So you guys all know how much I like fish. So that killed that plate for me. The fish, there was fish and Brussels sprouts.
Not a big fish
together.
Fan? Not a big fish fan?
Not a big fish. Not a big fish fan. But I'll tell you, every fish we've made on the show, I've liked. We made, do you know Paul Fazio from 127 Truck?
Not familiar.
No, not familiar. But he made a salmon that was to die for, and yeah.
Okay, Ray, you got
Okay, plate. All right. Okay, we got beautiful chicken. Are we done with this pan?
No, we're not.
We're not done with the pan. I'm going to turn it off for now.
We're going to turn that down. Put it to low if you can.
Okay. Turn it low. Got it on low.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to put the chicken. Actually, let's put the chicken over here. And I'm going to move this out of the way because this is dirty. Put it right in the sink. That's how we do things in the fire department. And what are we gonna do?
Okay, we're gonna dice up some parsley, and we're gonna cut up some onions.
Okay.
And the mushrooms as well, because that becomes the ingredients to the gravy of the chicken marsala.
All right. I was handling chicken. I'm gonna clean my hands right now. And why don't we go to a fire safety tip, and then when we come back, we'll make some onions and some mushrooms and get this marsala going.
Sounds good.
All right, let's do it. Hi, I'm Firefighter Ray. And today's safety tip is for you civilians out there. We know as firemen to keep the doors closed, okay? It keeps the fire into the room. It doesn't let oxygen go to the fire. It just can keep that fire down. If you have a fire in your house or if you're leaving a fire in the kitchen and you run out, if you could remember to close the door, it can contain that fire. If you leave that door open, that fire is gonna spread. It's gonna spread very, very fast. So I know it's a hectic time. If you can remember, always close the door when leaving a fire. I'm Firefighter Ray, and these tips save lives. All right, we're cleaned up. We're ready to go. Let's make some more chicken marsala.
All right, step two. Let's start. Basically, the main ingredients are usually mushrooms in the Marsala wine. I like to put some onions in it because there's always onions around in a firehouse. And I found capers are nice too to add into the. So
I love capers.
A little spicy, a little salty zest to the sweetness of the Marsala sauce. So
sounds like fun.
Dice up some parsley.
Okay, so we'll dice up some parsley.
And I'll cut up the onions and the mushrooms.
All right. So we're gonna get some parsley here. How fine would you like it?
It's really just kind of a garnish and to be sprinkled in on the sauce, so it doesn't have to be too fine.
Mostly leaves, right?
Exactly. More leaves the better.
More leaves.
Less stems.
There we go. Put that there. Nice this bad boy. All right. Cutting up some parsley. I don't have that super knife that you have. That knife was sick.
Yeah, that one's for meat. I'm using.
All right. Dicing the onions. Cutting up parsley. Well, parsley's just good for your breath, right? Did you?
Something to say.
Breath. Very nice. Good. So it's just a garnish, so we don't need that much, right? How's that? Is that enough?
Perfect.
Beautiful. All right. And then the mushrooms we must dice. Well, not dicing it up. Do you like the stems?
I don't like the stems.
You don't like the stems. Some people like the stems. I actually like the stems. I like eating raw stems.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, bulk up. Here you go.
Yeah. And how am I cutting them?
I'm
Just cutting them nice and thin, right?
I don't like the stems. Yeah. Little chunks so that you can stab them with your fork.
Okay. So just keep them sliced. All right. So why don't you destem them? I'll slice them.
Okay.
I love it. Okay.
You can buy the pre-sliced ones if you like the stems, but that's why I buy the whole ones because I like to take the stems out.
Yes. So how do you like being a captain?
It's good.
All right.
Very good. Favorite was being a fireman, though.
Yeah. I mean, these stems. Well, being a captain, now I know you bounce until you find a home, for a couple of years. My brother Joey's a chief, and he's bouncing too. Bouncing, it just means they're working in different firehouses until they find a captain spot for you. But, a lot of people don't know about the captain is he's the first one into the fire, okay? When you get promoted in rank to lieutenant or captain, you actually take the men into the fire, you assess the fire, pretty much. It's your command inside the fire, it's the chief's command on the outside of the fire. In every other kind of, rank or military or a police department, the captain or the sergeant, they're on the sideline while the police are in there. We actually move into a more dangerous position.
That's correct. In the fire department, the lieutenants and the captains are supervisors, but you're frontline supervisors. So you're in there, you're doing the same thing the men are doing, and you're not removed.
For America, for those of you who don't know, the captain and the lieutenants in the fire department are actually in first. I got the last one. All right, what is next?
All right, at this point, what we're going to start to do is we're going to use the mushrooms and the onions in the pan that we cooked the chicken in.
Okay. So heat that up a little bit more?
We're going to heat that up a little bit, and we're going to add some, first we'll put the mushrooms in.
Okay.
Not too high.
Not too high. Yeah.
Kind of take up some of the...
all right, so mushrooms in.
The chicken parts and the flour that was in there. This will loosen it up.
All going to shrink down. Everything shrinks with the little heat. Like you can have like a mountain of spinach in there. It just turns into nothing. All right. Onions in now, or we let those cook up a little bit?
We'll let that cook down a little bit.
Onions cook faster and they burn, and there's nothing worse than burnt onions. And
yeah, that's supposed to burn here.
Yeah, I guess nothing is supposed to burn. That's what firemen are for, prevented from burning.
Okay, while that's going,
okay.
Part of what we'll use in our gravy as well is another tablespoon of butter and some of the flour that we took out before the chicken.
Okay.
Okay. What you'll do is let the butter soften, and then just kind of mash it into the flour itself. This will help us thicken the gravy. That the Marsala.
With Captain's Mike Magic plastic fork. I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, you just said a tablespoon of butter.
Sure.
That is like the first. Well, I got an email from a lady to firehouse.kitchenshow.com that we never say how much ingredients we're using on the show. You know, it's always throw this, throw that. And we usually don't measure, right? Like, we didn't measure how much flour you put in there or what we do. Fireman, we just throw everything in. It's all by taste.
I'm not even sure that was a tablespoon.
That was pretty big.
I'm just using that as a...
You're just using it just to be a little fancy on TV.
To describe butter. I don't know what else a pat of butter? I don't know what the generic form of using butter is. But point is, you want some butter in there.
Okay.
Mix it with the flour, soften it up, and it becomes like a paste that you'll add in.
Wow. That's pretty cool. But we do measure we do have the measurements on the recipe. So if you want to look up Mike's recipe, just go to firehouse.kitchenshow.com and you can see Mike's awesome chicken Marsala recipe.
As soon as I come up with the recipe.
Right. Now you have to give you some work. Now you have to write it down. You have to write it down and email it to me, and we'll get it up on TV. Okay, so we got a paste going. You want me to just shake these around a little bit?
Yeah, these are going nicely.
Yeah, just a little shake. A little like that. That's it.
Fancy.
Yeah, I can do some stuff.
Nice.
I got some skills. All right.
You know what? It's getting a little hot here, Ray. Maybe we'll get a real fork,
We are going to abandon the plastic fork. Here you are, sir.
Oh, you had that all the time.
I was waiting for it.
Perfect.
I was waiting for people to be riding in at home. You can't cook with plastic.
Now, okay, this looks good. We'll get some onions in now.
All right, let me help you out. Right next to our paste. Okay.
Mix them around.
Go with the metal spoon.
Go with the metal spoon. Plastic.
Heat cannot affect the metal spoon. All right, that's good.
Okay, break up those onions. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add in some of the chicken broth.
Chicken broth. All right, now, Mike, you made this chicken broth before. How do we make it? It takes really, really lots of talent. Like, what do you?
It's an old family recipe. It's a cube of bouillon and some hot water.
Oh, okay. That's
it's the Firehouse. It's always lying around.
Now, is this going right in?
Goes right in.
Okay.
That looks good.
That looks delicious.
And then we'll add the Marsala wine.
That's how firemen do it. And then what do we add?
Add the Marsala wine.
All right, the Marsala wine.
That's for the flavor, and that'll cook off in there and reduce.
That's it. And all the alcohol burns off from the Marsala wine. Was there any alcohol in Marsala wine? Or is it just...
it's very little,
very little.
Very little.
Burns right off. Drink some red wine with it when we're off duty. And stir it up.
Okay.
Now, how long does this usually take to cook?
This just needs to stew up, reduce, maybe 5 minutes or so once it reaches a slight boil. And,
okay.
It helps the Marsala cook off.
All right, so then we should probably get the egg noodles in, right?
Okay, very good.
All right, we're gonna throw these egg noodles in. All right, let's go to a Firefact while we're preparing everything. And then when we get back, we'll taste some of your delicious Marsala. All right. Hi, I'm Firefighter Ray. In today's Firefact on nozzles, I'm sitting on the back of a fire engine right now, and we go to all kinds of different fires. Well, for different fires, we have different nozzles. For a regular house fire, we're gonna use a nice stream nozzle. It's nice and open, puts a lot of water on the fire. That's our main thing, is we wanna get water on that fire, put it out. We might go to an electrical fire. If we go to an electrical fire, I don't wanna get electrocuted. I don't want a stream of water going down. When we go to an electrical fire, we don't want to get electrocuted. Water is a conductor of electricity, so we might use a fog nozzle. Give it a spray. It breaks the water up as it comes out. This comes out like a shower. We also have chemical fires and gasoline. If I spray water onto a gasoline fire, it'll just spread that gas and oil all over the place. I have to maybe use foam, and I'll shoot a foam down, and that'll smother the fire. One of my favorite kind of tips that we have for nozzles is this little bad boy right here. This goes on the front of your stream nozzle. and this can cut through any wall. It sends a stream of water. It's like a knife, and we have to get down sheetrock and whatnot. It'll blast it right off. I'm Firefighter Ray, and today's Fire Facts are all the different nozzles. Noodles are done. I think now all we have to do is add the parsley to our...
Throw the parsley in. We'll get the butter flour mix to start thickening it up. Throw the capers in.
Thickening it up. Let's put some parsley. There you go.
Back to that metal spoon.
All right. Okay. Okay, so what's next now? What are we doing with these capers?
Once this mixes up, starts to thicken a little bit, we'll throw the capers in.
Okay.
Lay the chicken on top. Let it all just kind of.
And this butter,
for a couple of minutes.
that butter and flour is gonna thicken it up.
Thicken
it.
it.
Make it a little thicker.
Exactly. You can see it happening already. It'll happen right away.
Very, very nice.
Okay, Ray, if you want to throw the capers in.
Let's throw the capers in. I love capers. Capers. Very nice. Very nice. Love capers. Love capers.
Okay, Ray, if you want to throw the chicken in.
Throw the chicken in. Oh my goodness.
This is just about done.
Yeah, why, is your arm getting tired?
From the start.
He's doing lots of stirring.
You shouldn't be doing this as a captain.
Yes, this is definitely not a captain's job. This is definitely a probe's job. All right. Let's see. Good. Oh, I'm getting tired there, Mike.
Yeah, it's
it's stirring.
Just in time.
It's like pulling a tin roof, right? The hooks, and they get caught in the ceiling. Tin roofs. So we're all set. Keep on knife. Should I give it a little mix? I'll give it a little.
Little magic, Ray.
I'm not. If I do it full time, it'll be all over the place. Let me grab that spoon for 1 second. We'll flip it around. All right, so we're just about ready to plate.
That's it.
That's it. All right, so I'm gonna bring this over to the table. And I got 2 beautiful plates right here. Look at that. We're gonna move this over. There we go. Let's put these plates here.
Egg noodles down.
I like it. All right.
Egg noodles down.
So egg noodles down first, okay? So we're gonna get the egg noodles down. This is your meal, Mike, so that's what you like egg noodles first? Egg noodles?
First, of course.
I'll give myself a little bit more.
Need something for the gravy to go on.
Very nice. Okay. How many pieces do you want?
One's good.
No, I need 2. Gotta make it look nice. Oh, look at that as I drop it. Very nice. This is looking really delicious, man. And now we put a little on top for beauty.
Absolutely. A lot on top.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Nice. Look how delicious that is. I think that's good. I think that's good. We got a lot here. I am very excited to eat this. So why don't we get some forks? We'll go down, sit on the back of the rig, and we're gonna eat like firemen and enjoy our chicken marsala.
Sounds good.
Let's go. All right, we are sitting here on the back of the fire truck. We are getting ready to taste Mike Brockbank's chicken marsala. Now you might hear some noises, some alarms going off, because this is a working firehouse. This is the apparatus floor. And let's try some chicken, shall we?
All right, let's get it in before a run comes in.
All right. Very good. Get some onions and let me get some mushrooms with my chicken.
Yeah, despite our efforts, it came out well.
Yeah. I love the capers. Capers bring everything together. Well, thank you, Mike, for coming on Firehouse Kitchen.
Appreciate it, Ray.
It is awesome.
Had a good time.
Good, I'm glad. And we will see you next time on
Firehouse Kitchen.
All right. And let's eat some chicken marsala.
Sounds good.